Just waiting for them. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening of the 73rd Australian Women's Softball National Championships, Gillies Shield and Under-14 Girls Regional Championships. My name is Shirley McKibben and I will be your MC for this evening. I would firstly like to welcome the special guests with us here this evening. Mr Cameron Agnew, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Softball WA Life members, Nicole Winston, Chairperson, Softball WA, and all other directors of the board. WA sponsors, All-in-One Pest Control, Malaga Print and the Bat Cave, Softball Australia representatives, and, of course, a very special welcome to all players, umpires, statisticians, volunteers and supporters. To get things underway, I would like to welcome our official party sitting behind me. Russ Clark, Softball WA CEO, Nicole Winston, Chairperson, Softball WA, Jill Green, Tournament Convener, Mike Tithridge, Technical Delegate, Softball Australia, Debbie Grove, Open Women's Tournament Chief Umpire, Kevin Tannebring, Under-14s Tournament Chief Umpire, Chris Trengove, Tournament Chief Statistician, and Lang Harrow, Head Coach, Aussie Spirit. I would now like to call down the statisticians and our umpires. Keep the applause going for our New South Wales teams. New South Wales Green, Orange, Country, and of course New South Wales Fire Stars. Our Queensland representatives, Queensland Fire, Queensland Flames, and Queensland Heat. From South Australia Blue, Red, and of course South Australia Stars. From Victoria Under-14s and Victoria Titans. And of course, a homegrown round of applause for WA Gold, WA White, and WA Flames. Championships bring together the best softball talent from across the country in what will no doubt be a fiercely fought competition all week. New South Wales will be aiming for 4 in a row. WA will be hoping to put a stop to that, along with, I'm sure, every other state that is here, who will be looking to get their name on that Gillies Shield. Please give another round of applause to our statisticians, umpires and players. I would now like to call upon Chairperson of Softball WA, Nicole Winston, to say a few words.
Thanks. Softball Western Australia would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this country and their continuing connection to the land, sea and community. We pay our respect to them, their culture and to elders both past and present. We also recognise Aboriginal people's current and emerging leaders' contribution to this country and to softball in Western Australia as we work together for a shared past to a united future. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Mirrabooka International Softball Stadium. But more importantly, welcome to Perth. We're very proud of our state, so I hope you enjoy your stay. I'd like to welcome our special guests, Mr Cameron Agnew, Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Softball WA Life members, fellow Softball WA board members, WA sponsors, All-in-One Pest Control, Malaga Print, the Bat Cave and Newcrest Mining, Softball Australia representatives, and finally a very warm welcome to Acting Superintendent Louise Ball, Mirrabooka District Office, Western Australian Police Force. Softball WA is excited to host the 2020 Gillies Shield and the Under-14 Girls Regional Championship. I'm looking forward to a great week of softball. As we know, these events cannot take place without the significant input from several volunteers. As you know, there are many volunteers that work tirelessly across a range of disciplines throughout Australia. I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to those volunteer members fighting the fires across Australia. Sadly, Australia has lost several volunteer firefighters and other members of the community in the last few weeks, doing something they love, putting their life on the line, because as a member of the community, it is the right thing to do. New South Wales, Victoria, and now South Australia, we stand with you and support you through this significant life-changing event. We from the broader softball community thank each and every volunteer that in their own way fight for what they believe in and the pursuit of saving the lives of others. To each and every volunteer across Australia fighting the fires, thank you. To the volunteers that have given up their time to support this event, thank you. Your work does not go unnoticed. We appreciate everything that you do, knowing that this event would not be successful without you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This event is significant to many who are in pursuit of success in Tokyo 2020, when softball returns to the Olympics after a long hiatus. But more importantly, this event brings together our most senior experienced softballers and our junior up-and-coming softballers. Bringing the two together provides so many opportunities, especially to our junior athletes. I encourage each and every one of you to dream big, learn from those around you, and most importantly, enjoy the week of softball. To the athletes, coaches, support staff, umpires, statisticians, I wish you all the best for the coming week. Play hard, play fair, respect each other, but most importantly, have fun. Now, if I can ask you to be upstanding as we observe a minute's silence for all those people who have lost their lives in the ravaging fires across Australia.
Thank you, but can I please ask you to remain standing and remove your caps for the Australian National Anthem? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hosting a national event of this nature and facilitating the sport of softball would not be possible without the support of a number of organisations. I would like to take this opportunity to thank a number of our sponsors and partners. Softball Australia's principal partner, the Australian Sports Commission. Eastern, the official ball supplier of the championships. Great Trex, Travelodge Hotels, Fox Sports, Sports Link International, Virgin Australia, V Insurance Group, East Coast Car Rentals, AIS, Locale Travel, Softball WA tournament partners and sponsors, All-in-One Pest Control, Malaga Print and Copy, KC Australia, Motive Travel and the Batcave, and Softball WA partners, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Newcrest Mining Limited, Healthway Live Lighter and Edith Cowan University. Please provide a large round of applause for these providers. And if we can indulge you a little further, we have a couple of special awards to hand out. The first is to Nathan Jones, inducted into Softball Australia Hall of Fame in 2017. Nathan played 128 games and won bronze medals at the 2004 and 2013 ISF World Championships as captain in Christchurch and Auckland, New Zealand. Player representative number 64, Nathan made his international debut in 2001 at the Doreen Dalton Memorial Tour to New Zealand. Nathan will be remembered as a great ambassador. His professionalism and outstanding leadership have been his trademarks. I'd like to ask Lang Harrow to present the award and for Nathan to come forward to receive it and say a few words.
It's just a great pleasure for me to stand up here and present this plaque to Nathan. For me, coming through the Steelers program in the early days when we took a lot of floggings from other countries and that, and once a culture changed around Nathan's time when he came into the Steelers program, and continue on with the first medal in New Zealand, and then obviously winning the gold medal in 2009 in Canada. It gave me a lot of goosebumps for our guys to achieve the #1 status in the world. And Nathan was a big contributor with that gold medal. The other thing I just want to say with Nathan is, he's given back a lot to the sport after he retired from playing the game, not only at the senior level with WA, with the junior Pride Aussie team, and also local competition. He's a big contributor in that. So he gives a lot back to the sport, and I'm very privileged to have him along with us with the Aussie spirit that will be traveling to the Olympics in Japan, and it's a pleasure, Nathan.
Because you never called me Nathan.
I know. I want to call you Jonesy.
Yeah. I was like, who is Nathan? Thanks. Thanks, Lang, and you can call me Jonesy because that's pretty much how everyone knows me here. But thank you. It's very humbling to accept this award. Thanks to Softball WA for giving me the chance to say a few words as well. I guess like my home run highlights video, this will be pretty short. Firstly, thank you very much to Softball Australia for the honour. It is a real privilege. Just wanted to take this chance to thank everyone who's played a part in me receiving the award, and hopefully I haven't forgotten anyone, but if I have, my apologies now. To all my teammates, no matter what team or grade, the Fremantle Royal Bulls Softball Club, good luck to our players that are competing this week as well. The Western Blaze, Bob, who was my only Aussie Steelers coach, I've got a lot to thank him for. Mike Tithridge up here, the Steelers manager. My parents, my sister Kim, her husband Rob, her boys Jake and Mitch. I had the honour of being a member of the Aussie Steelers in a time where we were able to have the ultimate success, and I can't thank my teammates enough for everything they did for me. They drove me to be the best player I could be, especially the guys from WA, but special mention to Nut and Humby, who I spent an inordinate amount of time training with. I owe both of them a lot. And lastly, and by no means least, I want to thank my wife Blythe, my two girls Alia and Maya, not just for their support when I was a player, but their support as I take time away from them now to be a coach. I know when I stopped playing 6 years ago, I said we could go on more family holidays, and it hasn't happened. But hey, I'm sure you don't want to spend any more time with me anyway. Good luck to everyone competing this week. I look forward to watching some great softball. If you see me around, don't be shy to come up and have a chat. I'd love to tell you about how good I was. No joke, my kids are sick of it, so anyone else, feel free to come up and talk to me about it. Thanks for taking the time to listen to an old man talk about his glory days. And for those that remember the traditions set on this occasion previously, go the Flames.
Thank you, Nathan and Lang. I would now like to call on Nicole Winston to say a few words about our next recipient of Softball WA Life membership. Nicole.
It is my great pleasure to present Life membership of Softball Western Australia to Mr. Tom Marr. Tom, if you mind joining me. I'm going to share with you some of Tom's achievements in softball. I could be here all day. 1992 to 2002, Softball WA Volunteer Junior Development Officer. Western Australia State Softball Representation. 1994 Assistant Coach under 19 men. 1995 to 2002 Head Coach under 16 boys. Club Service, Fremantle Rebels, Southside Mariners and Southern Strikers. Coach, 1982 to 2003, 22 years. He has served as President and Vice President of the clubs for a number of years, and he's also served on the board of Softball WA. In 22 years of coaching, Tom was very successful, winning a number of premierships. One of his most important roles was coaching the next crop of junior players. Tom was very successful in this and can lay claim to teaching the game of softball to a couple of Softball WA's most decorated senior national representatives in Leah Parry, Lee Godfrey and Jodie Stevenson. Tom has achieved a lot in softball, and to be honest, I'd be here all day outlining the contribution to softball in Western Australia. So I've only given you a snippet of his contribution to the softball. Tom, thank you. It is customary of the Chair of Softball WA to present Life Membership Award. However, on this occasion, I wish to happily delegate this role to a couple of people. Leah, Lee, Jodie, I call upon you to bestow the honour of Softball Life Membership to Softball WA to Mr. Tom Marr.
I suppose you want me to say. I'd like to start off by naming 4 people that aren't here and aren't with us any longer. 1, Ben Thorley, Reg Page, Albert Dumaret, and last but not least, my wife Sharon. They were big supporters for me and helped me go through and enjoying softball. I really am not a person that likes to talk, but I'd like to thank a few people, and particularly the clubs that I have been with. First one, Fremantle Rebels Women's, Southern Strikers Women's, and the most important club in my lifetime is Fremantle Rebels Men's. They have been very supportive of me all the way through, and we say 25 years, but it's a little bit longer than that. It's about 28. But and I'd just like to thank the people that were behind this presentation for me. I greatly appreciate it, and I'd like to name a couple of them. Laurie Pryor, one, Karen Sullivan, and my own daughter, Kristen Marr, Chave. I keep forgetting, like she is mine, but she belongs to someone else now. And apart from that, I think it's best that we get on with the game. Hey, thank you.
Congratulations, Tommy and Nathan, and thank you to Leah, Lee and Jodie for helping with that very special presentation. It is now time for the Gillies Shield to be handed back to Softball Australia. I would like to call up Michael Titheridge from Softball Australia to receive the shield from the delegates from New South Wales. And finally, it would not be an opening ceremony without a ceremonial first pitch. Now, who could be throwing that first pitch, I wonder? Someone that likes to tell us about his prowess, Nathan Jones. So I'd like to call up Nathan to come and do the ceremonial first pitch. Before we do the first pitch, we've got another trophy to be handed back from New South Wales Green. My apologies, under 14s, would you like to come forward? Well, that answers, does he still have it? Yes, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the opening ceremony, and thank you for your attention. To all our visitors here this week, we hope you enjoy your stay in Perth in what is forecast to be an absolutely beautiful week of weather, and hopefully I haven't just jinxed that. Good luck to all teams, and we look forward to you sticking around to watch the under-14s with WA Gold taking on Victoria on Diamond 4, and here on Diamond 1, WA Flames take on Victorian Titans. Thank you, everyone.